I'm Roadhawk Wilson, welcoming you to the Reverie. Now, I wanted to correspond how Bruce Banner and the Hulk's journey in the MCU, especially in the last few Avengers movies, has really portrayed how people deal with and often cope with mental illness. And for a brief history of the Hulk, he is a child who endured great struggles, great hardships, and as he got older, repressed that, and through a callous action became a large great monster. Now, well, in our reality, people do not become a gamma irradiated and become large green creatures smashing the world and ultimately saving it. We do often deal with the trauma of our past and of our lives in very unique ways, and through treatment and acknowledgement of what we have been through, we can become and live a better life, much like how the Hulk faced Thanos, became Professor Hulk, and ultimately stopped him. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to become the Hulk. I'm not saying that you were doing that. I'm just incorporating a different element to show you how the psychology of the Hulk's journey actually makes sense. Because for many people, as they do embrace their darker sides, they have to learn how to correspond and work and live a life outside of it. How to be an individual outside of their disability. For Bruce, it was figuring out that being the Hulk could cause him to lose himself, much like how many people who actually have a psychological disorder need to find their identity outside of their diagnosis, or they can become lost in it through naming, calling, labeling, a wide variety of means. But when you look at a character who has, in recent years, shown us that by embracing his challenges, working alongside them, and seeking treatment, he was able to become a stronger, better version of himself. We have to look at the psychology behind that, because often those of us who seek treatment spend years upon years, if not months or even longer, learning how to live their life with their diagnosis, with their disability, whatever it is that they have. And as such, when they do, they finally become a more whole person. Through the story of the Hulk, we have seen that he has embraced his darkness, embraced his anger, treated himself, and become a more whole version of himself. So the corresponding message here from this version of the Hulk is essentially, if you seek treatment, if you work on yourself, if you continue to treat yourself well and do what is best for you, then ultimately you can become a more whole version of yourself. Now, what this version does leave out is that often in treatment there is a great struggle. It's not just one and done. It's not just a corresponding element of talking to someone. It is intense, grueling work. And ultimately, if you have depression or bipolar affective disorder or a wide variety of other things, you ultimately will live a life that is more whole, but will also still have challenges and will ultimately still be something of value to you, but much like the Hulk, it may be seen as a weakness by others. In the story of Bruce Banner, we were given a story of a character that was hated and hunted and is now loved and has helped to benefit many people. And ultimately, this is an element that needs to be discussed as well, because people who have a diagnosis often are misunderstood, whatever it may be, because of labels. However, if we embrace it and use it to our advantage, we can actually help empower a community and help other people live better lives, helping them to understand themselves better by speaking out and advocating for the health of all people with disabilities. So in reality, the psychology of the Hulk throughout the MCU has actually made sense, because it corresponds very vividly to the lives and accurate treatment, acknowledgement, and insight into what it is to live with a disability. with this, I'm Roadhawk Wilson saying keep up the nerd stuff. I will see you in another video. Bye.